Hi, sweetheart. How you doing?
Good, I'm good.
All right. So I'm going to do the introduction. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Big Girl Joy. Today, I am totally blessed to have a very good friend and mentor also who has a podcast called The Unexpected Detour. Her name is Frances Hammond. And she will be talking today on, of course, my subject of the day, which is menopause. And so we are going to enjoy our conversation together. Hello, Frances.
Hi, Nicole. I'm excited. I'm excited.
So tell me, do you remember when or if you were ever in perimenopause, going into menopause, or what was your transition?
As I think back, I believe I was. And I believe it started in the 40s. Because I would have these crazy mood swings. And you know what gave me an indication, but I never thought to think about it? The hair loss.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay.
I developed, for some reason, the edges of my hair started coming out.
Yeah.
Nobody put two and two together. They just said, oh, that's alopecia.
Oh, so they just gave it a name without really investigating what it could be. Right.
And one dermatologist that I went to, he was like, it's just hair loss, put some cream on it and that was it, and it'll grow back. I went to the beauty parlor and I wanted to get my hair perm. They were like, oh, you should go see a dermatologist because we don't want to put any more chemicals in your hair.
Right.
He diagnosed it as, alopecia. And now that I'm looking back, I'm beginning to think maybe that never was it was that. Because I had some bad mood swings. Very bad mood swings. I'm moody, but they were bad. Yes. And I couldn't put two and two together.
Right. Yeah, I noticed, and now for me with perimenopause, I've noticed that for me, my hair isn't growing as it used to. Like, I always used to have a narrative that I would say my hair is like a chia pet. You add water and it grows, because it would grow so quickly, especially when I would get my haircuts and things like that. And now I've noticed that it's taken a minute for my hair to really grow, and then the texture of it also has changed. And it's interesting, the changes that you go through. So as you entered into menopause now, how has that affected you? Or how do you, because I also know, and we can discuss it if it's okay, your cancer walk. How has all of those things affected you now? Like, how are you now that you are in menopause?
Okay, now I was in menopause, let me see, from the age about 51. And I guess it might have been calming down. That was a trip. Those personal summers, trust me. I'll never forget, I was with my girlfriend. We went out to eat. And the owner of Yvonne's, she saw me fanning and she was like, what's the matter? You having a personal summer? I said, I guess so. Because it was already summertime.
Yes.
And I'm hot, burning up hot. And she was like, I joined the club.
Wow.
Yeah. And then the hair did it again, another time around. And I recall my son asking me, how long am I going to be going through this attitude problem?
Men do take it differently. They really do.
Yeah, because when I told him, I said, this is 7 years. And he would always ask, are you finished yet?
Wow.
And I was like, it'll be finished when it's finished.
Right.
So here it is. I'm all good. You reach 60, the menopause calming down some. And then you go through cancer.
Yeah.
But I had no idea. I finished the chemo. I finished everything I had to do. It was not there anymore. Praise God. But then I had to take this medicine called letrozole.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I had no idea that letrozole would take you back through menopause. Interesting.
Oh, wow. Wow, okay.
Yeah. So, I'm going to be honest with you. This time with menopause, due to that drug, is worse.
Wow. How is it worse?
Oh, boy, I be hot all the time now. I'm like, yeah, I could go outside and sometimes I forget my chest is open because I'm hot. The hair, I see, it did it again.
Right.
I'm going to tell you, I prayed. I knew that hair loss happened during menopause, and I would pray, Lord, please don't let me lose any hair.
Right.
Now, sometimes, God just does what he does so you can appreciate you for who you are. So, yes, the hair did come out, and as you know, I go to the barber to keep it tamed up.
Right.
Yeah, but that medicine really was bad. But it's really, it's a mood thing. It's an emotional roller coaster you really go through.
Right.
And nobody really understands, because I was told, when I was going to take this medicine, to make sure I let my boss know if I get snappy, it's not me, it's the medicine.
Right. So it's almost like you could commit a crime under menopause and blame the menopause for it.
Exactly.
And the medication.
Yeah, I got to blame it, like that song, blame it on the Henny, blame it on the man. Yeah. So I just have to watch myself and watch my mouth, because I got a no filter mouth. So that is when my son, he would be like, Ma, you gotta watch your mouth. And I was like, blame it on the medicine.
Right. So do you get like night sweats or anything else aside from the hot flashes or your personal summers? Does anything, like, has there been like weight gain?
Please. We won't talk about weight gain. That's really bad. And you try to control it, but I don't know what it is. Menopause does make you gain weight. And me, I'm not one that, I'll be very transparent. I'm not the gym girl, okay?
Right. I
go to the gym. I remember in high school how I hated gym. Oh, I hated it. I hated to go. But you had to go.
Right.
Because it was a class. You had to pass it. So gym was not for me. I've tried the working out, and I said, it's just not me. I'd rather go for a walk than sit there and work out.
Right.
And I don't know, I guess I try to motivate myself. But I even had this notion, maybe if I went to the gym and I saw other people doing it, I could get motivated. But that doesn't matter. They're motivated because that's what they want to do. That's not what I want to do.
Right. Yeah, I find for me, even with my perimenopause, walking helps me, especially when the mood swings come. I feel them. And so when they come on, I find that having to go take a walk will help me not to be as snappy as I can be, so I do understand that. I really do. Very interesting. It's just interesting how menopause, for different women, for all of us, it takes a different toll on us, and I'm thankful to be able to hear different voices and different stories on how menopause can affect us. And even when you're when you're walking through it, I never even knew that the drug would take you through this all over again.
Yeah, that's why I tell people, this is my second time around. Yeah. And that's why when she said those mood swings, I was like, oh, no. Yes. Right. So to handle the mood swings, I have another medicine that calms it down.
Right.
I call it the crazy medicine. She said that's not what it is. It's an antidepressant. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
And they had to do that because she noticed, the nurse, she noticed the attitude and the mood swing. She even noticed it. And she let me know, this is not good. You got to do something about it because that's not my Frances.
Right.
So it was very apparent to her that I was going through this. Yeah, so
and that the key is to have people in your life who can see it and who are sensitive to the fact that something's happening with you. Because another thing is people not understanding that there is a change of life that's coming, and not even the person who's going through it sometimes understands that change of life.
Yeah, and sometimes women are in denial that they're not going through it, because they never really took the time to, sit down and examine their actions as to why they really act the way they're acting. It's something going on.
Right. And knowing their bodies.
They will say that it's nothing, but it is something.
Yeah, knowing your body also, I feel, is very important. Understanding what's going on with your body, making sure that you go to the doctor and have your yearly checkups, making sure that if you see something that isn't, or feel something that isn't right with your body, to make sure to investigate, to look into it and not brush it off. Because I think sometimes as women, we brush it off, whether we want to ignore it or however we want to do it. And sometimes those are signs to tell you that something's going on and you need to pay attention.
Exactly.
So I thank you so much, Frances, for coming on.
I want to thank you for doing this, because women need to know that they're not alone when it comes to menopause.
Yes,
these are other things that they don't talk about either.
Right. I agree.
They don't talk about it. They're not vocal like they're vocal about everything else. These are things that, I'm thankful that my mother, she was able to explain to me that as you get older, this is something that you do go through.
Yes.
And I used to tell her, I don't want to go through it. And she was like, well, sweetie, I'm sorry, but it's something.
You don't have a choice.
She just said, I'll be praying that you don't go through the cold sweat.
Right.
That's all she said. She was like, you make sure you have the night sweats and not the cold sweats. I'm like, Mommy, what is that? She was like, it's like when this cold air just bursts over you and you're just cold. I was like, oh, okay. She said, but the hot one is just like, you got a fan, and she used to go through both.
Wow.
And that's why she was saying that to me. I was like, oh, yeah.
Right.
Well, I thank you for bringing to the forefront this issue that women deal with, and that you're making it known that it's something we need to have a conversation about.
Yes.
And
thank you.
We can all help one another just by having a conversation.
Absolutely. My pastor says, communication is the basis for cooperation. And when you are able to communicate and talk, then you bring an understanding that is necessary. And understanding is key to the things that go on in womanhood. And sometimes, you got to turn that key and open that door so that other people can learn from you. So I want to say thank you to all my listeners and look forward to many more topics on perimenopause and menopause. And I thank you, Frances, so much for coming on and sharing.
I appreciate it.
And we will see you guys soon. Thank you for coming to Big Girl Joy. Have a blessed day, guys.
All right. Have a good day.
Bye.